Welcome to the Sideline. I'm Andy Katz. Well, this is going to be a home for a lot of original content in college sports and beyond. Now, of course, you're going to get a lot of that similar content that I produce for NCAA platforms, Big Ten Network, and other places. But I needed a home for a lot of those interviews with the newsmakers in this space. So where are you going to find it? Right here at the Sideline. Let's get to it. And welcome everyone to an off-season chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Grant McCasland and JT Toppin from Texas Tech. JT, I want to start with you because you had a lot of options. You could go in the NBA draft. You could decide to maybe go somewhere else. And I only say that because that's the world we live in right now. Why did you decide to go back to college and go right back to playing for this man by your side?
I'm not in a rush, so I really just it was a long decision, but I'm also not in a rush, and I just want to run it back. Want to work on some stuff, and I could always try again. So I feel like this is the best decision for me.
What do you got to run? What do you have to work on?
Perimeter game. I got to work on my shot a little bit more, but I also got to stay great at things that I do. So I really just work on a lot of perimeter stuff.
All right, Grant, that sounds so easy. But take me through this process, and JT, chime in here. Season ends. You guys are within a whisker of the Final Four. What was that process like of trying to re-recruit JT in some form or fashion?
Well, JT had such an unbelievable season, and
best player in the Big 12.
Yeah, and for him to do it and make such a jump, his talent. And he actually missed almost the whole month of December. I mean, he did this with not really a whole season. One thing I think that worked to our advantage, he went through the draft process last spring and summer. So he'd gone through it and known, like, you travel a lot. You're working out for all these teams. You're going through all this. And I think he just was scratching the surface at the end of the season. I mean, I think his role was inside initially, and then he got more comfortable making plays from the perimeter and attacking from the outside. And then we kind of got this versatile. He's such an underrated passer. I mean, that's the one thing about JT Toppin. I mean, his ability to distribute the ball and the double teams that he attracted all season long was the story at Houston, obviously, was the double team. But it was true. I mean, everybody was trying to get the ball out of his hands, but he's such a willing passer. And, I mean, you go back and look at the UNC Wilmington game where they just doubled him on every catch in the first round of the tournament. He just passed it the entire time. And then we play the next game against Drake in the NCAA tournament, and we throw it to him, and he just dominates the paint. And then you get and he's making threes. He just is such a versatile guy. I think one thing about playing in college is it is difficult because of the space, but you get the opportunity to be such a focal point of what we're doing. And in a preparation way where we can keep building with the things that he's improved on. And he's got to get better defensively, especially on the perimeter too. So, I mean, just being able to guard multiple actions, and he's super capable, but to be able to have the ramp of last year and hopefully have a whole season where he can continue to improve, I just think he'll elevate his ability to be what he can be best at the next level with another season here at Texas Tech with the Red Raiders.
To that point, JT, you were a freshman, but you were still, if not one of the best players in the Mountain West. People weren't as expecting that. You guys had a good year in New Mexico, and then you come in, you're the best player in arguably the top one or two leagues in the country. Now they're all going to be focusing on you if they weren't already. How do you meet that moment that those opposing scouts, it's all focused on you?
I don't really think about it too much. Just do the same stuff that I did last year, because last year I didn't think about it that much. Just play my game and just stay focused and try to play my best for my teammates, and that's really how it works for me. So, yeah, I don't think about it too much,
What about from a coaching standpoint? Your peers are going to be trying to stop him. How have you used him to combat that?
Well, he just played pickup with the guys, so he's walking right off the court after playing, and I do think we've got a really talented team. I mean, obviously JT being player of the year in the Big 12 last year, everybody's going to be talking about him. But when you look at our team, I do think we have great depth. We've got a lot of talent, so you can't focus just on him. And that's what made our team special last year, was we had multiple guys. And I think, one guy that's proven this summer, Christian Anderson, that he's going to attract a lot of attention himself. And I think when you've got that many guys, and we've added some guys, and I'll let him talk about some of them because he's spent more time with them this summer than I have. But I just love our team, the heart behind it, and you can hear his heart. I mean, if you talk to JT, what he says is what he means. And I mean, a lot of people tell you a lot of things that you want to hear, and he just who he is. And that's what I love being around him. He's honest, and he really is unselfish. He does care about his team. And that's rare, I think, these days, because everybody's trying to get over on somebody, or they're trying to tell you what you want to hear. He doesn't. He simply loves to hoop, and he's a great teammate, and he's a great leader, and he's taking steps in that direction. And so I just don't think people are going to be able to focus on him because of the talent of the guys that we have around him. But also, he embraces that. I mean, he doesn't hide from it. It's not like he doesn't think that everybody wants to talk about how good he is or what he's getting by being at Texas Tech. He just is simple in regards to his approach. He works every day. He's in the gym working. And so that he separates himself, I think, because he really is a genuine guy that cares about his team.
So to that point, JT, I mean, Christian Anderson had a great U19 playing for Germany, was one of the top players, was an all Big 12 freshman type player last year. But, last year, and this doesn't always happen, but the portal pieces fit with what was back and coming from all different programs. What makes you, and I know we have a small sample size here so far in July, but what makes you feel like these pieces could fit as well as they did a year ago?
They're kind of similar to the team we had last year, and everybody's just genuine. You could tell from when I first met them, they're just genuine. They just care about the team. They just want to hoop and play for each other. And a lot of teams don't have everywhere. Everybody's just locked in and just want to play for each other. And I think these guys, all of them, just want to just play for each other and just want to win. Like, they don't care about their stats. They just want to win. So I think that definitely separates them. And, yeah, from what I've seen so far.
All right, but he passed the mantle to you. You're with these guys every day. Give me some feedback on what you're seeing on some of these guys.
Well, for one, Lawan Roberts, he's nice, really nice. From me playing with him so far at pickup, he's a willing passer. He could shoot, could create his own shot, so he's nice. You already know about Chris. Luke, he's nice too. It's bouncy. He'll catch you out guard and dunk on you. And Don, he could shoot it like, man, lights out, like shoot it like the players we had last year. So I think we got like the keys that we need. And yeah, just hanging with them, they're just unselfish and a good group of guys.
Darian Williams last year was that guy that, he had some great money shots sort of late in games. If it's not JT, Grant, who could that be this year?
Well, the obvious returner that I think has proven this summer playing with Germany, and we had to coach against him, as you know, at the U19, Christian Anderson, the Arkansas game, he scored over 20. It just feels like his ability to take a jump, like the guys that have played for us in the past have done from one year to the next. And JT making that jump from a freshman to a sophomore, Christian making that jump. He was an all-freshman team player to a sophomore. I mean, he's capable of making big shots. And we'd give the ball to he and JT in the middle of the floor at the end of games, and it's just a very difficult dynamic to defend. But he mentioned Lawan Watts is awesome, man. He's multi-talented. He can handle it. He's elite in transition, and losing Elijah Hawkins in transition was a big part of our team. And he mentioned Donovan Atwell is remarkable on the perimeter. Tyree's remarkable. I mean, those guys shoot it. I mean, Chance McMillan was an elite shooter. Darian Williams was an awesome player. So you got to find that playmaking and the shooting and the scoring. And I just feel like with that core group of guys, he mentioned Luke. Luke was one of the best shot blockers in college basketball as a true freshman. I mean, we don't have like that older end necessarily all the way through our roster. We've kind of got this mix of youth, like Luke finished his freshman year, much like JT did. And I think he's got elite above the rim finishing. He can make open threes. He's unique because of his defensive ability and his aggressiveness. We needed that significantly. And then we've had some guys that have had some time off this summer. They haven't been able to play, so it's a little hard to see how everybody fits with this team. But those guys he mentioned, I think will make a big impact. Mario Akuntaka is a freshman who hadn't got to play much because he's kind of been trying to rehab. I think he can make an impact. Nolan Groves can make an impact as a true freshman. Leon and Jazz were here last year. I think they'll make a jump into the rotation. So, I mean, we've got, 10, 11 guys that can play in a college game and I think make a significant impact. But I think the pieces fit like they did last year. And the biggest thing that's consistent is these guys come here because they want to win a championship. And that's unique in this day and age because a lot of people play for a lot of things. And he said it best. I mean, these guys really are here because they want to win.
So both of you, I'm interested in your perspective on this, that some of the catchphrases in this new world we're in, roster management and alignment. And I would challenge any other school to say, and there's plenty that are like Texas Tech, but I don't know how many are more aligned than Texas Tech. I mean, there's a lot that are aligned, but what you got going there is pretty special from top down. And obviously you've been in good situations, Grant, from Baylor and North Texas before that. But it just feels like from top down, from boosters involved, everyone has got the common purpose, certainly for the primary two sports, and now obviously in softball too, I could go down the list. What is it from your perspective as a head coach, Grant, and you as a player who needs to obviously have a piece of that pie? What have you seen in terms of that Texas Tech, embrace of where we are right now? And start with you, JT, then Grant.
Well, I think that definitely plays a role for sure because it definitely just helps you to be able to take care of your family and stuff like that. And I also just think the donors are amazing just for how much support they show up to practices. Like we have donors that be at practice every practice. So we just know them and we build a relationship with them. So I also think that plays a part. I just think everybody's here just is so genuine. And when you first come, they really just comfort you to really like the program. So I think that really plays a big part of it.
Well, this has been built. So, I mean, I'm taking zero credit for any of this. I'm so thankful to be a part of it. And the head coaches that were before us and the administration, just our president, the chancellor, really is unique in regards to – I mean, people can talk about Lubbock all they want, and I think our location is our greatest advantage because we've got everybody's attention, and there's a genuineness to living in Lubbock that people really do love being a Red Raider. And there's resources out here. There's significant resources. So now we're able to put all that together where there's a passion. I mean, we got the opportunity to play some great road games, and when we show up on the road, we have more fans than the home team. It is really remarkable to be a part of this. And I'm thankful for all the head coaches that came before. I'm not even going to try to mention all of them. You know them. They're amazing. I mean, this goes back to a build that I think is finally everybody seeing what this can really be. And, I mean, we want to compete for a Big 12 championship and a national championship. And the previous staffs, specifically Coach Beard and Coach Adams, put ourselves in a position where we played in the championship game. And I do think we've got the best atmosphere in college basketball in the state of Texas and in a place that has so many different – we love football. College football is my favorite sport. And so I'm just like, look, man, there's not a better place to be a part of college athletics than Texas Tech from a donor standpoint, from a home advantage standpoint, from an atmosphere to a university. It really is remarkable, and thankful to be a part of it at this time because I think we can take full advantage of the new era of college athletics.
And one quick thing on that topic, how much are you empowered now and have this trust that, hey, if you have someone, whether he's on the roster or you want to bring in, that you feel comfortable going to the appropriate people and saying, look, this is what it's going to, this is what we need to get this particular person. This is our team budget. Because a lot of the coaches maybe don't feel as comfortable because they don't know what they can and can't ask for. Where are you at in terms of your comfort level?
Well, I think first you got to start with what JT talked about. Like, do guys really want to be here? And I know everybody can say this, but like he said, these guys who wants to win, and we've now have built up enough because of previous coaches here and administrators, how we've built this. They know Texas Tech basketball can win. Then it's like, how do you want to win, and do people really want to be a part of this? And so evaluating that from a genuine standpoint, and if you genuinely want to win more than you want to maybe receive something yourself, and if you can put it in that context first, then I'll go to anybody and say, hey, I think we've proven that we can help somebody like JT in his first year go from being an all-league player in the Mountain West, obviously, from newcomer of the year to Big 12 player of the year in his first season with us, which is awesome. And so there's enough history there that the people here are like, we want to win, but we want to be around great people. We don't want to substitute that. And so when they meet him and they talk to him and you talk to him, people just love being around him. And then I think the willingness, I think there's a comfort level to say, hey, this is what we need. And everyone here is willing to be like, we'll chip in and figure out a way to make it happen. And that I've never seen it like this ever in my life. And I'm so thankful to be on the same team with all the people that it takes to make this happen, like JT and our staff, and the resources are there. And I have the full confidence that if I say, hey, this is the right fit, that we'll figure out a way to put the pieces together to make it work.
JT, you guys were within a whisker of the Final Four. You're in an unbelievable conference with Houston, which has been the top of the league last couple of years. Never dismissed Kansas, Iowa State. This league is brutal, and now you got BYU. You got potentially the top 2 picks in the draft. We'll see where you figure into that. But I mean, you've got Darren Peterson at Kansas. You got AJ DeBansa, who your head coach just coached at BYU. What are your thoughts on what is ahead of you this season?
I'm just excited, really. I'm really ready to take it on. Really just excited. I mean, we all work, so I'm really just excited. I'm ready to compete. I think it's going to be a great season. I think we got a lot of good teams this year, especially. I think we got a lot more competition this year, so I'm definitely ready to take on that challenge. And yeah, I'm ready.
Well, I mentioned DeBansa. You coached him. Team USA. You won the gold medal as assistant coach Tommy Lloyd. Now you get to coach against him. What are your thoughts?
Well, Tommy does like to remind me all the time that I'm his assistant. So I appreciate you bringing it up, Andy, because I'm sure he'll send this clip to me. No, it was such a blessing to be with USA Basketball. You know that. I mean, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, and to coach so many great talented players. It was the topic of discussion pretty regularly. I mean, there's guys on that team that will be in our league and that we'll play against. I mean, our schedule's not released yet, but there's guys that are on that team that we already know we're playing them. And so there is but we're all on the same team when it came to this summer, and so we had a goal to win gold, and to be able to do that as a group, like, we'll never forget that. And we'll always have that common bond together. But I will tell you, I do feel like the league is better. I feel like there's an influx of talent, and just it took a little bit for our league. There's a lot of new things that happened, new teams and travel, and it wasn't the same consistency with the team. I think we're figuring it out, but also there's no shortage of unbelievable Hall of Fame coaches in our league, and I do think there's an influx of talent. So I'd be shocked if we weren't the best league again after the season's over with. And looking forward to it. Now I've got some friends on these other teams that we've been on the same team. Have a little scouting advantage to see what I really think could work to try to take advantage of what our strengths are. But no, I think we want to play against the best. That's what we've done with our non-conference schedule. We're not shying away from the opportunity to compete against the best teams, and we feel like that makes us better and puts us in a better position to do what we want to do and win championships.
Well, you're free to now break down his game. I mean, even though you're going to play against him, what do you think of AJ?
Oh, I love AJ. The one thing I'll tell you is he did whatever the team needed. I think he can do it all. I mean, he can defend every position. I think he's an elite defender. He's a playmaker in that he doesn't have to score to impact the game. He can distribute the basketball. He can go both directions. He can make threes. He can shoot floaters. He's got a mid-range game. He can finish at the basket. He's really unselfish. I think the only thing he doesn't have is experience in our league, and that's a real thing. I mean, it takes time to understand what college basketball is, but he's got all the tools. It'll take a real significant effort to try to limit him. You're not going to keep him from scoring. You're not. You're not going to limit. And I think the best thing he does is get fouled. And that's a compliment that I think is the greatest compliment. And this is what he does. He gets to the free throw line. So if you can get to the free throw line, I think you can leverage teams at the highest rate. And AJ can do that. And I look forward to the opportunity to compete like with him and like the other great players in our league.
All right, last couple things, rapid fire. First off, at Illinois, the tournament Bahamas yet, Wake, then Purdue or Memphis. Am I leaving anything out? Big time games?
Yeah, we're going to play LSU in Fort Worth,
okay.
And then we're working on 2 other games, and I don't know if they'll be released, but they're teams that played in the Sweet 16 and Final Four teams, and we got 2 more games that I think are significant that are kind of out there, but I can't comment on them because we don't have
exhibitions
finalized. We're working on that, so
okay.
We've got to get a couple of them that'll be really good, and trying to figure that out right now too.
All right, here we go. Quarters or halves? JT, what would you rather have in college?
That's a good question. I say halves because I'm used to it now. So yeah, halves.
Grant?
Just to simplify the game across all levels, having played quarters this summer in FIBA and how that translates to the NBA, I am most familiar. It's the only thing I've ever done is played halves. I mean, I wasn't an NBA player, so I've only coached in college and only played halves. I'm with JT on that. I mean, I think halves makes the most sense for what we've done, but I think for the game of basketball, the long term, we need to get to quarters so that everything's consistent. We're the only league in the world that doesn't play quarters, so we need to make that change.
Coach's challenge, JT, pro or con?
I think that's a pro for sure. From last year, the challenge.
Grant?
Oh man, I know everybody wants the flow of the game to be better. I'll be interested to see. It was actually a big discussion point with the Big 12 coaches. I mean, it was pretty split. I don't think the coaches really wanted it. Wanted the coaches' challenge because just the ability for refs to go and always go to the monitor and not within the context of the rules, we felt like got the game more correct. But to your point on quarters, I feel like let's make this thing consistent with where we're going and let's try to get on the same page with the NBA and making that model consistent. And that makes the most sense to me is to have the challenges similar so that can keep the flow of the game going.
Advance the ball, JT. Pro or con, and for college? You got in the NBA. You want it in college?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it for sure. Yeah.
Grant?
Yeah, ultimately same reason. Let's try to get all on the same page. That baseline throw in it makes games wild at the end. I can tell you that. And just to put yourself in a better scoring position, it happens at the end of the game. It's not like it happens all game long. So, that part of it would create more offensive opportunity and put people in scoring positions. And that's what people want to see. People don't want to see people fumbling the ball around. They want to see opportunities to score. And it does make it easier for that to be an option.
Last thing, JT, keep it at 68 or go to 72 or 76 for the NCAA tournament?
Oh, do you mean
how many teams?
Oh, teams?
Keep it at 68, 72, or 76?
I say the more teams, the merrier. So 72. Yeah.
All right, so go up by 4. Grant?
What I love about JT, man, he doesn't think about these things. You know what he's thinking about? How do we win as a Red Raider? It's not complicated. We keeping this thing simple. You can tell he cares about people because he wants to add people to it. That's what makes him awesome. I'm I'm for keeping it the same. I mean, I know a lot of people want more opportunities. I just have 64 was great, you know, and I love opportunities for people to play in the NCAA tournament. So I get that part, but you know, for keeping the tournament at a competitive level that seems consistent with where we've been. But I can tell you this: nobody cares what I think, and we're
I
we're
do.
doing.
I care. I care.
No, let's be honest, man. There's a lot of people making better decisions on this than I have, and I got my hands full with enough going on that's not part of my specialty. I'm going to plead the let the administrators figure that part out. But you know, I think we've got a good number where we're at, and more people involved would be better for, I think, opportunity. But I'm not sure it makes the tournament better.
Awesome, guys. Really appreciate your time. Stay cool down there in that Texas heat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Good to see you, man. Wreck 'em.
Thanks for watching and listening, everyone. And as always, you can follow all our social media content at the Sideline with a K. Our content appears on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, YouTube, TikTok, X, and Instagram. Check out all the content at the Sideline with a K.